Well, good morning and welcome back to our final fabulous segment here on Cityline. With me, I have the founder of the Assistance Dog Club of Puget Sound, Jeanne Hampl. Welcome, my dear.
Welcome. Glad to be here.
And I just found out that I know your daughter because she lives on Vashon and I live there part-time as well. Small world, isn't it?
Small world.
Very, very small world. So let's, I want to find out about the Dog Club of Puget Sound because, of course, I love my four-legged friends and especially the ones that bark. But first off, I want some background on you. How did you get involved, and then how did you found this program?
Well, I always look at it as sort of a marriage. I'm a nurse by profession, retired now, and I've trained dogs for a very, very long time. And I had a dog named Sky who didn't like being a hunting dog, and we had multiple dogs, and a friend who is involved in both the Prison Pet Partnership when it first started, as well as in the drug dog program at McNeil, asked me if I would donate the dog to the program. And so that's how I was introduced to the program. And so for me, service dogs was sort of a marriage of nursing and dog training, working with people with disabilities. But when I left the program, when I was at the program, what became very real to me is that people who are partnered with assistance dogs needed a peer support group. And so when I retired, I started the Assistance Dog Club of Puget Sound as a way for people who are partnered with assistance dogs to be with other people.
Oh, I love that.
So,
my goodness. So let's talk about what is the mission of the Assistance Dog Club Foundation?
when we looked for a mission statement, we wanted to do so much. And mission statements have to be small.
Yes, they do, and powerful.
Powerful.
Yes.
So we provide a safe, supportive place for people with disabilities who are partnered with assistance dogs to meet and to learn.
Oh, yes. Okay, and here we have some great shots. Tell us what we're looking at here, Jeanne.
This is at Tacit. We use the Tacoma Area Coalition for People with Disabilities. And these are some of our members. We have puppy raisers. We have people who are dog trainers. We have people who have disabilities.
Oh.
And service dogs come in all sizes.
They do, in all shapes.
All sizes and shapes. And so people sometimes they go, well, that little poodle couldn't be a service dog, and yet it's a wonderful service dog. And we hold our meetings on the fourth Saturday of the month. And those are some of our members.
I love that. So let's, and who may join your club?
We basically people who are partnered with assistance dogs, their family members, their support group, trainers who are interested in training assistance dogs. We have puppy raisers in our club. And then anyone who just wants education or to learn are welcome to come to a meeting.
I love that.
But as you see, they all shapes and sizes.
Oh, look at the sheepdog. I had a sheepdog, and they are my favorite dogs. They are incredible.
All of those dogs are trained to perform tasks that assist people with disabilities. That's the definition of a service dog.
Absolutely. Oh, look at that. That really enhance their quality of life. They absolutely do. So let's talk about some of the educational goals of the program.
What we want to do is we don't actually train service dogs.
Right.
But we do help people if our members have a problem with a dog, they'll ask and we'll talk about them. We have, in our meetings, we always try to get people to come and talk about legal aspects, airlines, traveling on an airline, ways to train things, what programs are available in the area that they may have to get a successor dog from. I was actually really excited to hear the tax people talk before me because I thought, I'm going to put that in our newsletter.
Oh, there we go.
We probably do have people in our club who have a limited income, and to be able to get help with their taxes would be wonderful. The other thing we want to do is we want to be able to do education for the community.
Yes.
Because I think it's so important, not only the rights of the people with disabilities to be accompanied by their dogs in public, but it's also important for businesses to know what their rights are.
Absolutely. So let's start with a little bit of education here. So Jeanne, give us the definition of a service dog.
Well, the definition by federal government is service animal, but The service animal is a dog that
Yes.
is individually trained to do work or perform tasks for a person with a disability. So that's the federal
There it is.
and state. This year our state definition came into compliance with the federal definition.
Okay, so some people may ask, what is the difference between a service dog and emotional support animals?
It's training.
Okay.
And it's task training. The American with Disabilities Act says that an animal or a dog who just provides comfort or companionship is not a service dog. And it's because they are not trained to perform tasks that assist a person with a disability. We all get comfort from our dogs. But in order to have an emotional support dog for housing or for flying, the person still has to be a person with a disability.
Okay, so that's where it kind of crosses over.
It's
there.
the training. It's
the
all
training.
in the training.
Okay, so sometimes we will see fake service dogs. I've heard that phrase. So first off, what are fake service dogs? And then why are they detrimental to the service dog team?
You know, we look at fake service dogs in a variety of ways. Either the person is taking their dog into a store and they're not a person with a disability, because the right to have the dog is really a civil right. It's a disability right. The dogs really don't have a right to access, the person does. And so the person is presenting themselves as someone with a disability. And then we have the situation where the person may have a disability, but their dog is really poorly trained. And because it's poorly trained, it is interfering with the working service dogs. And one of the more common reasons that a service dog has to stop working is because it's been attacked by another dog.
Oh my gosh.
In guide dogs, they lose so many guide dogs because if you're not visually impaired, you might see a dog and maybe you will exit stage left.
Right.
If you don't want to, but a person who is blind doesn't know that the dog coming up to them in a grocery store is on a flexi lead and is growling or snarling until they get right there. They can't see that happening. And so the guide dog associations, as well as the service dogs, we know that one of the most common reasons that a dog has to stop working is because they become anxious around other dogs because they've been attacked. And these dogs are non-aggressive, so they don't know what to do if somebody attacks them. They're just going to be attacked. And so that's one of the problems with fake service dogs. If they go out and they're constantly being growled at by other dogs that aren't trained and shouldn't be out, they're going to not want to work anymore.
Absolutely. So, my goodness, so where is the best place to get a service dog if you are somebody who is in need of that?
I always encourage people to go to Assistance Dogs International, which is sort of the AMA
There we go.
of assistance dogs. And they will, on their website, they will have all of the dogs in the United States. It's an international, so in Europe, and they will tell you where these programs are located and where they place and what types of dogs they place. Because for a person who's starting out with an assistance dog, it is just so much easier to start with a well-trained dog.
Okay. So are there other organizations like yours in the state?
Not in the state.
Wow.
When there was one in California, and there was one in Oregon for a while, and in years past, when I started the program, we became a nonprofit in 2000, and I asked, what do you do? And most of them have gone by the wayside, and our membership goes up and down. But we have a wonderful newsletter. We have a Facebook page, we have a website, all because we want to be educating as we go along. And so right now I know of a program that was down in Oregon, but in general we're pretty much one of a kind.
Well, and we are lucky to have you. So within this organization, you mentioned to me in the green room that it is 100% volunteer staffed. And so who do we need to thank?
Well, we're able to be a volunteer. We have to take our members who do so much work. We have one member who does, Jackie Pierce-Droege, who does our website, who does our newsletter. She's our tech person. She loves to be on the computer, and we wouldn't have those things without her. So our members, we thank our members.
Yes,
That's huge. But we also receive funding, and we refund funding from the Dimmer Foundation. We're on Amazon Smile. We're the Fred Meyer charity. Give with Liberty, Liberty Mutual has supported us. And of course, locally, Phyllis Harrison at Art Stop has done a fundraiser pretty much every year for the last almost 20 years.
So we just want to say, if you've touched this program, thank you. And
that's right.
And I want to say thank you to you for being here today and for bringing us this information and this knowledge and the support. And I want to have you back on the couch. And next time, bring somebody in that meeting and bring one of those four-legged animals, all right?
I would love to do that.
Okay, perfect.
I would love to do that.
Thank you so much, Jeanne.
And thank you.
My pleasure. Well, that wraps up another great segment of Cityline. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home. We've given you some really great things to think about in this past hour. So go out there, be a part of the tapestry, and above all, pay it forward. And when you come back, as always, we'll be waiting for you right here at Cityline. Take care.